What is good, YouTube? It's your boy Little Effects back at it again with another market forecast video, guys. It is March 19th, 2023. Let's talk about last week's trade and let's talk about what we're looking for to happen this week, right? So we got a lot of red folder news for this week, right? So we can see here that we got the FOMC statement and the federal funds rate and the economic projections on Wednesday. So that is a very super important event, because anytime like Jerome Powell or anything of that nature, somebody of a high upper class speaks, that is going to move the markets, and they're going to be talking about the economic projections. So like I said, that's a very important day, so look out for a lot of volatility on that Wednesday. On Thursday we got unemployment claims, and then on Friday we just got flash manufacturing PMI. So a lot of red folders news this week, so just be very mindful of that inside of the market, right? So on the weekly time frame for US 30, we can see here that we've been talking about, I always say this on the beginning of every video when we talk about the weekly. We came down to this previous level of support here. So we had resistance, support, and then we got this like doji type pattern to end the week last week. So that's super important, because now that's the indication that there are buyers and sellers inside of the market that are fighting for control. So depending on how this week candle closes, that's going to give us an indication on whether we could be looking for price to then potentially push down here, or if we get a push up, then that's an indication that the market could be starting this overall continuation pattern based off of this impulse, this correction, and that continuation, right? So on the daily time frame, you can see here we have been consolidating. We have this level of support that is being maintained. So price is failing to close above this level at 31,800 area, and we have a lot of wick exhaustion. So that's the market telling us that, hey, there's a high probability chance that we could potentially push up from this area, simply because we are rejecting. So anytime you have wick exhaustion, that's an indication that the market is failing to break that level of support, right? So also on the daily time frame that I want you guys to take note of, for US 30, we had this level of support here that got broken. So we had support, but we never came back up to retest that area. So that's a real interesting area that I'm looking for. So you can see I have this alert that says watch for retest, because I want to see if price is going to come back up here and retest to then get a continuation to go down, or if price is going to break above, retest that level of support, and then continue on in the uptrend. So that's a very important level for this week. So definitely look out for, and let's see what this level, about 32,500 area. So be very mindful of that area this week, right? So we can see here though on the daily we are in this overall like downtrending structure. We have impulse, correction, continuation, right? So just be mindful of that. And then as we go to the 4 hour, the 4 hour is kind of giving me indication that we could potentially be seeing a lot of buys just to start off the week, simply because we have this diverging structure here. So you can see here we're going down, and then on the RSI we're going up. So I'm going to show my chart just so you guys can see it a little bit more detail. So we also had this daily trend line that got respected coming from here, 0.1, 0.2, and then 0.3 and 9.4. We respected that area on the overall daily and 4 hour structure. So that's an indication that we could see a bounce from there, right? So just to make this a little clear, see, like we talked about on the daily time frame, we have a lot of consolidation. And then also on the 1 hour time frame, we can see here that we had this impulse break of this trend line. We had an impulse break, and then we got a correction. We barely surpassed these highs, so it's kind of giving me a little weariness just to see if we're gonna actually continue to push up, just because this wasn't a real like clean break. It was just kind of wicked it. But based upon price breaking and retest this trend line and this also previous level of resistance, it is an indication that we could be pushing up, right? So on this 30-minute time frame, you can see here that I have this level of resistance. We then broke above this resistance just now, because the market has just opened about an hour or two ago. So what I'm going to be looking for to verify that this is a clean buy is that I'm going to be looking for a push away to come back and then retest, similar to what I have right here, or this ghost pattern. And then I'll be looking for a buy up into that area where I talked about, watch for that retest, which was our daily level of support that got broken and never got retested, right? So if I put a overall fib on here from this point A to this point B, you can see here that this overall fib is kind of in alignment with this structure. This negative 27 is kind of in alignment with that zone area, so that's where I'm going to be overall aiming towards. Like I said, we already closed above this area, so I just look for price to push up a little bit higher to give us a retest, and then I'll be looking for a buy. But as you guys know me, I'm always open to letting the market tell me what it wants to do and not being so set upon like one major bias. So if we break beneath this trend line here, I'll make it yellow. If we break beneath this yellow trend line and retest, then I'll be looking for price to then come back down to this previous level of support right here. And for that, that will be a quick 300 points. And then for this buy, that'll be about 500 points, right? So I'm in this current buy right now, but I'm very just like mindful that this could easily still turn around. So we'll just see how this trade ends up playing out for the week, right? So that's what I have for US 30, and then for NAS, pretty much the same concept. Let's go to the weekly time frame. Here on the weekly time frame, like I told you guys the other previous weeks, we want to come back to test this level of resistance. We tested that level of resistance with a retest and had a bullish engulfing to end the week, so that's a high indication that there's a lot of bullish momentum inside of the market, so I'm definitely taking note of that. And then on a daily, this just looks clean, impulse correction, continuation potentially. On the 4 hour, same concept, we got a lot of bullish momentum on a 4 hour structure. You can see we were making lower lows and lower high points, and then we broke above those previous lower highs, so that's something that we had to take note of. And then on our 1 hour structure, you can see here we had this fib from this point A to this point B. Price hit this negative 61.8 and gave us a pullback to end on Friday. And then now I'm just trying to see if price is going to maintain this trend line. If we maintain this trend line, then I'll be looking for price to come up to potentially to this high right here of this level of resistance. That's the first stop. And then the second stop will be that green zone up there. So pretty much I'm looking for NAS buys, but if, like I said on US 30, if we break beneath this trend line and break beneath this level of support, then I'll be looking to carry that sell down. So actually, let me go ahead and put an alert here. And if we close beneath it, then I'll be looking for those sell opportunities, right? And then for gold, gold has just been super bullish, and we talked about this actually on the live stream as well. I told you guys that if you go back and watch the live stream, somebody had asked about gold, and I was talking about if we come back to this zone right here and retest it, that we could look to carry it up to here, and price did exactly that. We broke, we retested, and carried it up to there. So based off of this fib that we have on gold, this point A to this point B, we had a 23.6 retracement. We just hit our negative 61.8, and then we also broke this previous level of resistance. So I'm gonna be looking for a pullback on gold just to come back to test that area, and then I need to see what it does. So if we break beneath here and retest, then we coming back to this level of resistance. But overall, I'm just looking for that pullback. You guys know I don't really trade gold anymore, so that's why it's not like a super thorough analysis, but I just want to give you guys that. So I hope this video was super helpful. I've been getting a lot of people reach out to me on Instagram and on my emails about the one-on-one mentorship in the 3-day class. I'll be getting back to you guys this week, so just stay tuned, check your emails, and then I hope you all have a super profitable week this week. Let's go out and kill it. Hopefully you guys took note of what I dropped on Instagram with the psychology tips, and I hope you guys enjoyed the psychology video that I dropped on Saturday. So I hope this video was super helpful, and I'll see you all again next week.